Hey, welcome guys. In this video we'll be doing a review of the Logitech Zone Wireless Plus. Now this headset is designed for noisy work environments, open office concepts, or when you're working from home such as during the COVID situation and you might have some noisy kids or traffic nearby. Forewarning for everybody is that I'm a huge fan of Logitech. In fact, the first brand I think about when I think about computer accessories is Logitech. In fact, I like them so much that I even have a gaming keyboard from them, a gaming mouse, a speaker set that just blows away my entire room, and I've had the speaker set well over 10 years and it still sounds fantastic. But this set of headset right here is really disappointing. That's coming from a huge Logitech fan. I feel like it doesn't meet the same quality standard that Logitech usually releases with their products. A particular option that you might be interested in is the Jabra Evolve 75, which I have a link to that review in the video description. There's two versions to purchase for the Zone. The basic version is a Logitech Zone Wireless, and the advanced version is a Logitech Zone Wireless Plus. Don't worry, it's the exact same headset. However, with the Plus version, it comes with a unifying receiver in the box. I'll explain that further in detail later on. The headset uses wireless connectivity via Bluetooth to connect to your phone or computer. However, if you buy the Plus version, not only can it connect to Bluetooth, you also have the option to connect to the unifying USB receiver. Logitech advertises that it should have a theoretical range of 30 meters. During my testing, I found that that's pretty accurate, which is a crazy range. A travel pouch is included, but it's soft and not hard. At this price point, that's rather disappointing, especially if you travel for work often and need to bring this along with you. This is a bigger concern due to the body structure because it's pretty fragile, and I'm worried that the soft pouch won't protect it that easily. The body doesn't feel that sturdy, it's a bit on the weaker side. Again, referencing the Jabra Evolve 75 once more, that's a bit of a sturdier option. Here's an even bigger issue due to the design. It's not comfortable. For the first 2 hours of use it's fine, but then after using them for 3 hours or more, they start to hurt my ears. I have a friend using the same headset and his ears get too warm and a bit sweaty. I found this odd because Logitech usually makes exceptional computer accessories. After examining further, I found the reasons why these aren't comfortable. The headband has a really soft silicone padding, but the ear pads are poorly designed. For starters, the leatherette ear pads are only a little soft and not that thick. Pressing gently, you can easily feel the hard parts underneath. The flex of the body is lacking. It's a bit on the tighter side, which means it's a bit more pressure on your ears. And lastly is the lack of ear cup rotation moving forward and back. It's almost stationary, which makes no sense because they're designed as if the human head was completely flat on the side, but they're not. Ears kind of have a forward slant to them, so they should kind of curve back a little bit to accommodate that. The build isn't too large, which is nice and is okay to look at even when wearing them. The ear cups, in terms of stretching them up and down, have a decent reach. The body itself can collapse, making it easier to pack up for traveling. So this is an on-ear headset, which basically means that when you put them on, it covers your ears entirely, which is great because the second you do that, it suppresses a lot of background noise. Now, when you turn them on, the software kicks in and turns on active noise cancelling, ANC for short. However, when you turn ANC on, the suppression is very minimal. It's rather disappointing, in fact. And this is one of the main selling points of this headset. Now, I tried making this work better by connecting to various computers through Bluetooth and the unifying receiver, as well as connecting to a cell phone through the Bluetooth connectivity. And playing with the software on a cell phone, it doesn't make any difference at all. The ANC performance is rather lackluster. I've also tested this in various scenarios with my kid running around the background making noise with ANC on or off, as well as my wife watching TV in the background with ANC on and off. Again, the difference very minimal. ANC doesn't really help that much. Noise cancelling can be turned on and off from the ANC button on the headset or with software, which I'll cover later on. Right above it is a power button. And the power button can also be used for pairing to a computer or a cell phone. The center button is used to play and pause music and accept a call or hang up if you're on one already. At this price tag, it's disappointing that there's no next track or previous track buttons. Especially strange because the much cheaper Logitech H800 headset has all those buttons. Another thing Logitech slacked on here is that it's using micro USB and not USB-C to recharge it. You can also recharge the battery by placing it on a wireless Qi charger, which is pretty awesome for a headset. It's a neat feature to simply leave your headphones on the wireless charger and not have to fiddle with cables. What's great is that you can have the microphone be used in either direction, meaning you can have the mic on the left or right side of your face. While the mic is facing up, it's in mute mode automatically. When you bring the mic down, it automatically unmutes. There's also a dedicated mute button on the mic arm itself. The microphone is also advertised as being able to cancel background noise. It does a decent job of it, with some background noise that's compared between the Zone mic and my camera microphone. Okay, so currently I'm using the headset microphone. That's where all the audio is coming from, and you'll hear some background noise. I'm trying to replicate as if we were in a coffee shop or a very, very noisy call center, maybe with an open office concept of some kind. So what I'm going to do now is switch over to the microphone on the camera, but do keep in mind that the microphone almost on any camera is usually horrible, but let's take a sound sample. And at this point now we switched over to the camera's microphone. You'll see that the noise is a lot easier to notice. Switching back to the microphone, it's a lot more condensed, a lot more quieter. A lot of people don't consider this important, but I do, is when you take it off and put it on your neck to rest, maybe you gotta talk to somebody or just walking around the airport, turning your neck left and right, as well as even looking down. It's extremely comfortable. The headset doesn't really bother you or get in the way. The headset's battery is under the most stress when ANC is on and you're using the microphone actively. Logitech advertises it'll last about 14 hours, which is fairly accurate. Now when it comes to recharging it from 0 to 100% using a micro USB wire, it takes about an hour and 45 minutes. Wireless charging should take longer, but oddly enough, it charges faster at about an hour and a half. There's software available on the computer which can update the firmware and assist in pairing. However, I can never get the software to detect the headset on a computer. It just spins forever trying to connect even after it's already paired. Usually Logitech software on a computer is designed much better, like for my gaming mouse or gaming keyboard. It's fantastic. Here it's a big disappointment. Thankfully, the software for cell phones is designed much better. You can create a digital equalizer, adjust the microphone playback volume to hear how loud you're talking, enable or disable ANC, and enable or disable microphone mute behavior. When listening to music, its behavior is really bizarre. So with ANC on, highs and mids sound great, but bass is completely suppressed. Sounds really bad even with the song with heavy bass. Now when ANC is turned off, so there's no noise cancelling, bass and mid sound fantastic. However, then the bass overpowers highs, so you can't seem to get that perfect volume control when listening to music. There's also similar odd behavior when watching action movies or playing video games. For example, if there's a loud explosion with ANC on, a lot of the explosion sounds are really muffled and suppressed. But when you turn ANC off, it sounds much better. Basically, if it comes to listening to music, this headset is for the casual listener, not someone who's really gonna appreciate quality of audio. Now going back, if you buy the Plus version, it comes with the USB unifying receiver that will allow up to 6 Logitech unifying compatible devices to connect to that single receiver. It also allows for you to be connected to your computer and cell phone at the same time. It's great in use, but the unifying receiver has a poor physical design. For starters, the receiver isn't a USB-C fitting. The second is its strange length. There are plenty of clumsy people, and I can see a lot of people damaging or breaking this receiver when it's connected to their laptop, especially for people that take their laptop home often or travel. If you have this plugged into your laptop and the weight of the laptop goes down on it, you could probably kiss this receiver goodbye. Comparing it to a regular unifying USB receiver that comes with much cheaper Logitech devices, again, like the Logitech H800, there's a big difference in size. The smaller one is so small, there should never be a fear of it being damaged or broken. So some people might be disappointed or angry to see the score that I'm giving, especially if they're faithful to Logitech, but I'm also faithful to Logitech, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. In fact, the few devices that I have reviewed Logitech, they usually get a high score because they deserve them, because they were well tested, well designed. These ones just can't justify the price tag. It doesn't make any sense to buy these at such an expensive price when they're not that comfortable, ANC doesn't work that well, and when ANC is on, it really starts to muffle the sound from music, movies, and video games. Just really bizarre. So with that said, that's a wrap up from me. I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, be sure to check out my social links in the video description. Hit the like button, it does help, subscribe, and thanks for watching.